Okay, quick bit of context. I asked ChatGPT to write me a quote-unquote humorous script summarizing the events of the game Dishonored from 2012. It's not very good. Anything said by me is directly from the script, including camera direction and everything. Everything said by everybody else is dialogue bits that I've inserted, all voiced by friends of mine, just to kind of spice it up a little bit. Because it's a primo shitpost, I'm gonna do the whole thing in one take. Okay, let's go. Okay, opening scene. The camera pans over Dunwall, a grim, plague-ridden city where the streets smell like sadness and rat shit. Dark clouds hang over the city, and everything looks like it's in a permanent state of before in a horror movie. Corvo Atano, the man with the most "I'm going to dramatically stand here" face ever, stands in front of a big ruined palace. He's also wearing a mask, because why not look mysterious and emo while everything is on fire? Narrator, Vio, dripping with sarcasm. Ah, Dunwall, a city that's definitely not a...
Corvo, you're finally home. I missed you so much.
Not right now. I'm trying to do a
I've
thing,
missed you so
I
much.
missed you too, but...
Let's play hide and seek.
Sure thing, kiddo. You hide down here.
Here, the rats are more likely to mug you than the local thugs, and the economy is powered by plague and misery. But don't worry, our hero, Corvo Atano, is about to make this place just a little bit worse. Cut to Corvo in his prime, being the most intense bodyguard in all of Dunwall. Corvo, you see, was the Empress's personal bodyguard.
Because someone had to be dramatic enough to wear all black and stare at people like they're disappointing. Also, he was really good at his job. Like,
they'll protect you from everything, even emotional trauma.
Good.
Scene 1. The worst day ever. Cut to Corvo standing next to Empress Jessamine Caldwin, looking incredibly stoic. She gives him a "you're my favorite bodyguard" speech.
Oh my god, Corvo, I'm so glad you're home. I missed you so much. Now you can stand up on this tower and next to me and hear all about my day. You're so handsome. Oh my god. And you're so muscular and so strong and dark and mysterious.
And Corvo looks like he's heard it a million times. Everything was going great for Corvo. He had a sweet gig, a lovely Lady Empress, and he definitely didn't need to change his sheets ever. What? But oh no, tragedy strikes, because of course it does in a game where the protagonist is already wearing a mask. That's a bad omen. What's this fucking script? The Empress gets stabbed in the back. Literally, the stabber is off-screen. But Corvo is framed for it because that's just how life works in this grim, humorless universe. And what happens? The Empress is murdered and Corvo is blamed.
You killed the Empress.
No, you.
No, W.
Fuck.
May your L's be many and your maidens few.
Corvo, have you heard of the hit game Among Us?
He's thrown into jail because nothing says "we trust you" like locking someone up after they're framed for murder. Meanwhile, Emily, the daughter of the Empress, is kidnapped because what's a murder mystery without an orphan child? Scene 2. The Outsider, the world's worst get-out-of-jail-free card. Cut to Corvo sitting in his cell, sulking and thinking about how unfair life is when suddenly the Outsider, a supernatural, vaguely scary figure with glowing eyes, appears.
Crazy? I was crazy. Tion Turgar, Corvica, Garshabuir.
¿Qué?
Nisata, Niente Garjora solos tikut.
No hablo español. ¿Podemos hablar inglés?
That's not how you fucking say that.
It seems like you're in quite the bind, Corvalicious.
What?
An excellent question, Cornetto. But before I answer, would you like to spend 31 minutes and 51 seconds discussing the morality of uncheckable power?
My name is
I'll
Corv.
give you uncheckable power if you say yes.
Yes.
Oh, there's nothing quite like a captive audience.
The Outsider grants Corvo powers. The camera zooms in dramatically on Corvo's face, which looks like he's just won the lottery, but for murder. What kinds of powers? Oh, just the basics. Teleporting, possessing people, turning rats into your own army, and making people's heads explode. You know, the usual, no biggie. Cut to Corvo using his blink ability to teleport and awkwardly landing on a guard's face. So now, Corvo's not just a regular dude with a vendetta, he's a super-powered, magical, breezily murderous bodyguard who can teleport like a weird, vengeful wizard. He's like if Harry Potter became a stealthy assassin and got his own murder-themed Netflix special.
So let me get this straight. I'm somewhere that's not exactly what I would call Dunwall. I'm collecting freaking whale bones and... oh yeah, I'm talking to a trans-dimensional being. Yeah, okay, that is something that I do now. I do magic. I kill dozens of gods. I'll probably fly next.
Scene 3. The conspiracy begins. Shocker, everyone's terrible. Corvo begins sneaking around Dunwall. Cut to him overhearing an evil-sounding conversation between Lord Regent Hiram Burrows and a shady ally.
I murdered the Empress.
Fascinating.
So, as Corvo starts snooping around, he learns the Lord Regent, the guy who took over the throne after the Empress's death, is just as shady as a used car salesman in a rainstorm. He's not only guilty of, murdering the Empress, but also of taking the throne with the subtlety of a raccoon in a jewelry store. Cut to Corvo sneaking into a building,
Corvo, why aren't you texting me back?
assassinating some guards and making them do awkward flips. This is his, quote, business casual, end quote, attire. Cut to Dowd, an assassin leader. It looks like he's ready to give an award-winning performance as a bad guy.
Mr. Spymaster, Mr. Lord Protector, members of the Parliament that only get brought up twice in the entire game. 6 months ago, December 7th, 1837. A date that will live in infamy.
And then there's Dowd, the leader of a group of assassins called the Whalers. Dowd's the guy who actually pulled the trigger on the Empress. Why? Because why not? He's an assassin, and people pay him in gold, probably because he's the worst employee ever. Scene 4, the City of Rats, and also No Hope. Corvo now ventures into the dark underbelly of Dunwall, which is swarming with rats. It's like a terrible Airbnb experience. Meanwhile, the city's going great. Plague, rats, chaos, honestly. The rats are probably the smartest thing in the city at this point, and since it's a murder mystery, there's also a huge conspiracy involving...
Corvo, I'm bored.
Corvo has to wade through it all like an angry tourist who's way overcharged for a boat ride. Cut to Corvo using the rats to attack guards. The rats seem really into it. By the way, Corvo's now best friends with the rats. He can literally command them to attack people, which, honestly, is kind of impressive. But also, how much lower can your life get before you're just taking orders from rats?
So here's what you're going to do. You're going to go high chaos so me and the boys here can spawn more frequently in the later stages of the game. Isn't that right, boys?
Let's go. Yeah, but the Weepers will...
Weeper schmeepers. You have a sword and a gun, don't you?
I know. But the low chaos run is a lot more...
Corvy. You're really starting to cheese me off, you loop-sided donut.
Sorry, boss.
Now get back to work.
Scene 5? Scene 5. Assassinations and unexpected business ventures. Corvo goes on a killing spree across Dunwall, facing off against various corrupt figures in the city.
Fabulous work so far, Corvalicious. Kill all these other important people.
Ooh, tall, dark, and handsome. Come upstairs to my private room and let's play with my Mega Blocks.
Oh, tall, dark, and handsome? Come upstairs to my private room and let's play with my Lego.
Ooh, tall, dark, and handsome. Come upstairs to my private room and let's play with my bionicles.
Fucking bionicles, baby.
I'm not even cold yet and you're playing Bionicles with someone else?
I lied, there are no bionicles. Now take off your clothes.
Corvo, wait! The script didn't even mention the part where we poisoned you. Wait!
Intimidating cough.
I have never seen you before in my life. What the hell are you doing in my bag?
This whiskey is a fine vintage. Oaky, smoky. And you detect a hint of poison?
Campbell. All whiskey tastes terrible.
Corvo's been busy. He's assassinating people left and right. Think of it like The Godfather meets Super Mario Bros. There's a lot of sneaking, killing, and very questionable power-ups. At this point, Corvo has so much blood in his hands that even the rats are like, maybe we should take a break. Cut to the boat approach to the final island.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Corvo. You've been a real son of a bitch this entire journey. The people you've killed, Havelock, the Pendleton twins, Campbell. At least you didn't kill Lady Boyle 1. She was always my number one. I have a shrine to her in my room and everything. So, in order to make editing this video way harder, I am going to slowly pull out my gun and fire it to alert every guard in a 5-mile radius to your presence. Get fucked, Corvo.
So here we are. At the end of my fucking patience.
I shouldn't have fucked with the IRS, Corvo.
Listen!
Finally, Corvo confronts the Lord Regent, the guy who started this whole mess.
So we meet again, Corvosaurus Rex. I'm sure you have many questions.
Why are you so bald and skinny?
Well, you see, Corvo, I'm actually a vegan.
Corvo, we've been trying to reach you about your rowboat's extended warranty.
Corvo's powers are just too much for a man whose primary skill is being a giant weasel. Scene 6, the final choice. Do you want rats with that? Emily is found and about to reclaim the throne. Corvo's standing there, looking at her like she's a big decision in a dating app. I am not editing that. Now, Corvo's got a choice. He can help Emily Caldwin, the rightful heir to the throne, reclaim her seat. Or he can go full-on evil mastermind and make the city even more of a plague-ridden disaster. Your choice. Basically, do you want Emily to rule, or do you want to watch the rats take over? Either way, it's not looking great. The camera zooms in dramatically as Emily and Corvo share a tense moment after that last camera direction about Tinder. I fucking bet.
Corvo, Dad, pull me up, save me!
Are you okay, darling?
Little scared, Dad, but I'll be okay. Does this mean I get to be Empress now?
Yep.
When I grow up, I want to be just like Mom.
We've been trying to reach you about extended warranty.
The future of the Empire is in your hands. So, what do you want to do? Do you want to leave Dunwall to the rats and wreck everything? Or do you want to clean up and make things better for everyone? Spoiler alert, both options lead to chaos. But hey, at least you're not stuck in a cell anymore, right? Closing. The screen fades to black, showing the words, Dishonored. Narrator brackets VO finally relaxed. Alright. And that's Dishonored, folks. A game about murdering corrupt people, becoming best friends with rats, and deciding if you want to be the good guy or someone who makes everyone's lives worse. What a ride! The camera cuts to credits. End. Jesus, thank God that's over. I'd like to take a moment to thank Maxine for playing Corvo Atano, Remy for playing Emily Caldwin, Anna as Jessamine Caldwin and Jessamine's Heart, Thomas as Dowd, T-Dot as Burrows, Thane as the Outsider, Jasta as the Outsider but in Mandoa, Vore, Danny as the mob boss rat, a whole ensemble cast as the Rat Pack, Solace as Boyle 1, Avery as Boyle 2, Lady Valkyrie Gameshine as Boyle 3, Sherry and Quill as the Pendletons, Morris as Havelock, Kay as Samuel, Bandit as Kerno, and Absurd as Campbell. And a special thank you to Vex, Frozen, Will, and everyone else for writing jokes that frankly are far funnier than mine. Thanks all. Bye.